All right. Go again, man. Um, August, Monday the 16th, 2021. This was a wild trip. You know what I mean? From thinking I'm cursed, from thinking there's a chip in my arm, from thinking I'm schizo, from thinking I'm bipolar, from just thinking I'm crazy. You know what I mean? It was a really wild ride, man. You know, so now I remember one time my daughter, I don't know if she was suicidal or what, man. But she was up in the hospital, and our guidance counselor and my wife said to me, she has my illness. You know what I mean? And I was I was baffled. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to think about that shit and so on. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm looking at my wife. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things like you don't try to push an argument on. I'm saying like if somebody, if you the best soccer player and somebody who is below you just say something like you're corny, or maybe you just had a bad day, or a bad performance and they try to insult you, like just look at them like, bro, you below me, man. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a parable in the Bible, something like you don't argue with fools, because now it's gonna be two fools arguing. You know what I mean? So I ignored it, and I went and I talked to my boys, Stefan Andrews, about it and shit. Like he said, which is right. She shouldn't say that and so on. You know what I mean? But I'm reflecting. I don't think she said it in front of the kids and stuff. So to me, it was in one ear out the other. You know what I mean? But anyways, man, um, I could tell. I I mean, through all the process and stuff, they're playing good cop, bad cop, and I mean good Samaritan, bad Samaritan, you know what I mean? And you know, I didn't catch on to it right away, but how they feed you information stuff, because remember now it's like I'm learning now, like the reason why they don't use words, they don't sit down with you and use words and stuff, because everything can be tracked. You know what I mean? Like if I'm having a one-on-one conversation about a private software and my software rival company is nearby, you don't want to use words and stuff. You know what I mean? You don't even want to, because anything could be tracked. You know what I mean? If I write it on paper, it could be, you know what I mean, could be leaked. So they communicate from mind to mind. And I'm saying, um, and in the process and stuff, man, of of their existence and what they do and the techniques and stuff, people die. You know what I'm saying? Um, Aaron Alexis died. And Myron May, I don't, I think Myron May had it the worst. You know what I mean? Because he didn't have nothing to fall back on and stuff. You know what I mean? Well, between Myron May and Aaron Alexis, and I'm saying they had it the worst and stuff, because I'm alive, and I'm saying, they not here no more. you know, um, it they kind of play tricks on your mind too, and I'm saying, they'll kind of make you think like it's not real. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's very real. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in the U.S. Army, man, and I'm glad they pushed me into the army so I could use a lot of cross references and stuff, because right now, from the word out of the mouth, I'm gonna be using an example. You know what I mean? And I don't mind being used an example, but you be truthful about it though. And I'm saying, you know, don't make up shit like I pushed my wife into a door and shit. And I'm saying, Like if you want to use my example, come out and say like, you know what, at that point we did that possessive spirit stuff, you know what I mean, that invisible spirit, and we because I'm going to confront the lesbian bitch, and I feel a kind of weirdness, and at the same time my perception of my wife was far away, but yet still I trip on her. I trip heavily. Like I trip heavily, yo. Not no stumbled shit. I trip heavily. You know what I mean? And like I don't know what they say it's a simulation. You know what I mean? I don't know how true that is and stuff, man. I I can't. I'm a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got no magical power. I don't understand the whole dynamics of all that shit. But like that was some real crazy shit. And in addition to that and stuff, man, um, it's kind of like they stabbing you and saying they're saying it's not them stabbing you. You know what I mean? That there's no greater disrespect than that. You know what I mean? Because I did not know my radios was damaged because of them. All I was asking like, yo, fair is fair, man. You damaged my radios, give me my money back. And I'm saying like, I'm living from literally I was living paycheck to paycheck because my wife was not working at that time. You know what I mean? Um, and you know what I mean? They big bad and terrible. Like they will fuck you up and you can't get no money back. And they said it too, you know what I mean? Like the white dude who was describing the stuff on YouTube, he said it too, you know what I mean? You don't get no money back. Okay, so all those visions I had about winning the lottery and shit, you know what I mean? I played it. I went and I did it twice and I didn't get no luck. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I guess I gotta take a loss. But yet still I'm they mind controlling me to spend money on them. You know what I mean? You know, um so that's the disadvantage right here, you know. So they're gonna use me as an example. You know what I mean? So I suggest like if you um going to the VA, going to the medical hospital and stuff, man, um use a lot of distractions. You know what I mean? Give them the truth, but keep some reserve for yourself. You know what I mean? So when they start playing games and stuff, you could watch and understand what's going on and decipher like, okay, is the last person I said this, then the other. So you could be able to kind of um assess what's going on. And that's I think that's even though it was dangerous, that's what kept me alive. You know what I mean? Because I accidentally, and I don't know why, you know what I'm saying, but now looking back at like I like even though we have freedom of speech and decision and choice making and stuff, man, freedom of speech, I said right, we're not really free because I don't know why I slipped up and I told this guy paranoia and he ran with that shit. You know what I mean? They was trying to make me paranoid. And technically, listen to what the doctor said in the Syracuse hospital. When you bipolar and you're off your medication, your mind play tricks on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, your mind could play tricks on you, but paranoia tricks is a different thing. Thinking like people trying to shoot at you and stuff, man. Like, that's why the lush had to come clear. Like, you know what, man? We fucked up. You know what I mean? It's us playing games on you, but we had it wrong. And I'm saying, no, they try to get it fucking right in Philly. You know what I mean? So no, I'm talking to the doctors and stuff on the board of the panels and shit, man. And the guy shut me up. Could ask me what happened. So I was like, okay, well, this is what happened back in New York, right? And I started telling him, well, like, I went to talk to that guy and stuff, and and the guy shut me up. Like, we had enough here. Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? You know, the guy shut me up. So obviously, if he's not under mind control, he's in on it. You know what I mean? So that's it. I mean, like, my mom has no idea. She observed the weird shit from other people. You know, maybe going to the doctor and the doctor asking me if I'm an undercover police officer. You know what I mean, bro? It's not no joking stuff here. This is some serious shit. You know what I mean? And that probably flew over my mom's head. You know what I mean? But yet still she's telling me PTSD. You know what I mean? So that's that. Um, So I was talking to a chick last night, man, and she said something about therapy. I gotta see a therapist, or like, you know what I mean, like insulting me and stuff, man. You know. So I'm just gonna be using an example. I couldn't be using examples like, you know what I mean, like, bro, this guy came out of the military, he got um on depression, or if they want to call it PTSD, and look at he's living his life, man. Like he's not drinking, he's not doing drugs, he's not, you know what I mean, violent in his community and stuff, you know what I mean. They could uplift me, use me as like a positive example, you know what I mean. But if you want to use me as a negative example, I'm starting to question maybe it's like a racist shit. You know what I mean? You know, um, like yeah, those guys who going out and partying and stuff, right? Them going out. I won't say cause trouble. I'm gonna, you know what I mean, I'm gonna speak fair for them, and I'm saying, but like I was going out with my wife, man, and a lot of times I did not want to go. You know what I'm saying? I rather go with my male friends and stuff because you know what I mean, like I don't want to speak, but this was also my mind, like you know, what I mean, like bro, I want to go there and meet females and stuff, man, because the stuff at home is really difficult. You know, what I'm saying like blah blah blah. You know, but I always every time I go there and stuff, man, I never threw myself at no woman. And I'm saying I remember carefully Marvin Carty went and tell a girl, bro, that I was single. You know what I mean? And the girl come up to me and stuff. I didn't know, I didn't pick up on the vibes and stuff, right? And the girl came up to me like, no, I'm actually married, yo. You know what I mean? She turned around quickly and smacked him. Pow. But then the funny thing too, that could have been me. If the time was right, the circumstances right, they playing me and stuff. And let's suppose the story in heaven about me was like that and so on. You know what I mean? And they want to fulfill the prophecy. They couldn't make it happen. I mean, instead they fulfill the prophecy of me giving away my wife jewelry. You know what I mean? Oh, you guys fighting stuff, man? Grab the necklace and stuff, man. And I'm saying, you know, use that as a carrot on a stick to bring her back. Oh, bam. So you're down in Philly now, man. You know what? Give it to this girl right here, man. I'm saying she's gonna be your ride and die now. You know what I'm saying? Every fucking thing that could go wrong, son. They did that shit to me. And they expect now, cause like that's how they flex, right? You know what I mean? Cause they do that hide and seek shit. You know what I mean? They come to cause trouble, to disappear or transform back into like Transformers and shit, trying to escape the beating of God and shit. Oh, sorry, of karma, of the universe. I am so glad I didn't have magical powers, man, because I'll be fighting. You know what I mean? I would have like they strike at you, strike back, and then like it's a continuous battle of strike, 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 strike. You know what I mean? So I guess how it's set up when they made us and stuff, man, they didn't give us any magical powers. So like when they doing wrong to us and stuff, we could absorb the loss, but they will get beat down because all punishment, all wrong deeds get punished. All wrong deeds get punished. Okay, so me sleeping with other women or my wife and stuff, that could be a punishment to me. But I'm glad it showed, babes, babes, you wanna have sex? You know what I mean? I glad I every time in my mind, yo, Joel, always ask your wife first. Always ask your wife. You know what I mean? And I'm glad I did that shit. I mean, I'm glad I never killed nobody, even though I would have the permission of the U.S. Constitution when I went to war and stuff to fire my weapon and so on. I'm glad I never fired my weapon. I'm glad I never shoot nobody, man. You know what I mean? You know, because really and truly, like the sins really do come back to those in charge, but it also will be rendered on you. You know what I mean? You know, and that's what comes under PTSD. You know what I mean? So even though your government gave permission to go kill people, You know what I mean? They take some blame, but you take some blame too, and they call that PTSD. So really and truly, like, if they're calling this PTSD, like, show me, man, show me, like, you know what I mean, like, Aaron Alexis, is that PTSD, or is just he's just pure schizophrenic? You know what I mean? You know, because you know what I mean, like, all stuff is wagered, man, and I'm saying when you so I gotta pay attention to that, you know, because really and truly, as much as I don't want to die, I'm glad. Like, if they came and they do that fake heart attack for me, I ain't fighting back. I, I think it's my natural nature to fight back, but I mean, all I is fighting back. But this time around, I want to close my eyes and take it. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times I was in Philadelphia and they was fucking with me and shit when I was driving. I try to close my eyes, man. I try to close my eyes and be like, okay, this is it right here. This is going to be the last day. You know what I mean? But it never happened while I was driving. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's like a baptismal, you know, like when it was being baptized, they're drowning you, but they're bringing you back. It could be like one of those, you know what I'm saying? So just stay tuned, man. You know, and my stuff is not. I think my stuff is quarantine. All my videos and stuff is quarantine, and it's like for selective viewing. Like the people who they want to touch will see this and so on. You know what I mean? So like when you're writing your essay, you gotta have your targeted audiences and stuff. I think my audiences or my viewers and stuff or whoever they want to see this gonna be people of the military, people who suffer from depression, people who collects social security disability, you know what I mean? But basically the military. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be my group classification of day. You know what I'm saying?